Your mic is muted.
My guy RSM, how are
There
you,
you go.
man?
All good, man. What a
What a
game.
game! What a game! What a game! So it looks like Spain was running away with this game. It was like 5-1 at one point, and all of a sudden they came storming back, and it was like 5-4. But one thing I know is that in 8 games, Lamine Yamal has been Mbappe 7 times, and I don't know about you guys, but I think I saw the best player in the world out there. You let me know.
I saw the best left back, Cucurella, man. Clamping, Dembele. I've seen enough, man. Get Chelsea back in the Champions League. I've seen enough.
Brother, for the longest time, I couldn't even know Dembele was out there playing on that right wing. It was just insane. But honestly, to get things started, like I couldn't believe Spain was at 5-1 at one point, but it was my man Lamine Yamal starting things off right on that right wing. It looked like it was a cross, right? Like somehow it goes through the legs of two defenders, and somehow, some way, somebody who can comes in time after time after time for Spain, and that is Nico Williams to get things started, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say. I think that it was a shambolic performance from the French defense. I think the midfield did absolutely no favors. The midfield didn't track almost a single runner into the box. Like when you're doubled up on a person, you can't allow them to get that type of threaded pass through. That's literally unacceptable. There's no reason that Lamine Yamal should have been able to get that pass between both of them, but they did. And yeah, I mean, it was just shambolic from France in that first half. They offered legitimately nothing. Like Mbappe got a goal, but that goal was masking an awful performance from him. He was not good. Like anybody who's trying to say Mbappe was good, he was awful. He missed maybe two clear-cut goal opportunities. The penalty doesn't change my mind on that. Like Pedro Porro is a Spurs player. I don't think I need to say more. Like that he's not good. So
Oh my God, dude. Pedro Porro has to be the weakest link for this team.
he's
Honestly,
bad.
like in that first half, it looked like France had a couple opportunities, but ultimately, dude, Unai Simon, the guy who comes in, what a difference it makes having such a great goalkeeper in that back. Dude, like I said, they had two chances, but then, like I said, Lamine Jamal gets started, and then none other than Mikel Merino once again, dude, with that give and go with Subamendi, and just ultimately gets that great finish on that second goal. That was just insane. They just couldn't believe it, and that was a great finish by Mikel Merino as well.
yeah, I mean there was literally nothing that Mike Mignon could do after that pass over the top. It was a shooting drill. Like Marino was literally in the shooting drills that you see in warm up when you're one on one with the keeper. Like that's legitimately what it was. And I mean it was crazy. Like I said, that French midfield. I mean starting Rabiot in the year of our Lord 2025 is insane. Like he's done. He's not good. I don't know what. I think Deschamps walks after this. I think he gets sacked. He has to walk or sack. He has to be sacked. Like there's way too much talent in this team for it to be this mismanaged. And also, just speaking quite honestly, I think you have to take a sincere look at that front line and decide some players just can't cut it.
Exactly. And to me, honestly, like if you take a look at it, like men by men, like men on men, like they have the Duis, they have Dembele, they have Kylian Mbappe, dude. They have such a great core team. I honestly think that it should be closer. At the end of the day, the game was close. It was a 5-4. But the one thing and the story of the game for me, I knew this game wasn't going to decide the Ballon d'Or winner. But the one thing that my takeaway from this game was, I watched the best player in the world, and that best player in the world was not wearing white. He was wearing red. And even though he didn't win the treble, ultimately, to me, eye test tells me that Lamine Yamal is him, bro.
Yeah, I think Lamine Yamal is the best player in the world. I think anybody who's been watching football for the entire year knows that. I still think that the it's probably going to go to Dembele, the Ballon d'Or, just because he achieved more with his team. But I think Lamine Yamal is clearing away the best player in the world, and it's not even close. I mean, the vision that he has, the ability to go one on one, the fact that in world football, very few players are able to command a 2-on-1 at every possible situation, and the reality is when you're 2-on-1 on one side of the field, you're leaving gaps elsewhere. And because he has the ability to dribble, because he has the ability to get a pass off, like he is able to really expose the fact that teams have to leave spaces in other places to double him up. So I mean, yeah, the kid's unreal, and I think a good thing is, I mean, for Barca, right, is that he seems like maybe he finally learned how to take a good penalty. Because he's that's like the one part of his game that I just don't understand. Like he's amazing at everything else, but he's awful at penalties, bro. Like you gotta say, I think this is the first good penalty I've seen from him.
Yeah. And I was actually a little bit nervous because I was like, man, do you really have to take it? And all of a sudden, dude, he takes a great finish and gets things started, dude. I honestly, I was so excited, but like I just couldn't believe my eyes. Like, dude, there was coming Nico Williams, and then it was Lamine Yamal scoring back to back, and then all of a sudden it was like a 5-1 game. It was humiliating. I can't believe France came back, and actually, at the end of the day, that game was actually 5-4. What is going on, Jonas? What are your thoughts about the game? We're talking about Lamine Yamal, and what I was thinking, that my eye test is telling me that Lamine Yamal is the best player in the world right now.
Nah, bro. Listen, I mean, by the way, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So no, I mean, I already thought Lamine is the best player in the world, but it's like, man, at 5-1, I was like, when they scored the fifth goal, I think it was Yamal who scored the fifth goal too, right? It was the second goal, right?
I think it was the fourth goal. If I am not, I think the
No,
fifth goal.
Yamal scored the penalty. Pedri scored, and then I think Yamal scored again, I believe.
Yes, yeah, Lamine scored in the 67th minute. That was a
Yeah.
5-1. Yeah, you're right.
So when it was that goal, bro, and that was a good goal. You know what I'm saying? The right back, one touch, and then he takes it. I think maybe outstrengths Rabiot. He slides in and scores. I'm not gonna lie. I think that at that point, I was like, yo, this could be a rout. Like, it could be like a 6-1. But France, credit to them, right? They made it respectable. Like, they made it a respectable scoreline. Like, 5-3? It's still much better than, 5-1. But I'm not going to lie. Spain are the best team in the world, bro. I think they have a very good chance of winning the World Cup. They got everything. They can defend.
They're favorites. They're favorites 100%.
You know what it is? Spain not only can they defend well, because, bro, remember the start of the game, France was piling a lot of pressure. Simon had to make some saves. They can suffer, bro. Like,
bro, that first half was crazy because, bro, neither team's midfield was controlling the game whatsoever. Those first, I would say, 30 minutes was a basketball game, bro. Just up and down the field. Up and down.
That
It was a
one of
basketball
my
game.
issues at the end of the day with De La Fuente, because I feel like it's really cut and clear. Everybody knows it except him. He doesn't know how to play Pedri and Subamendi in the double pivot, and he keeps trying to move him around in a weird way where I think that he just doesn't get the best of him either.
Yo, but I'm not gonna lie. Hey, is Lamine Yamal like their penalty taker now, though? Like, that's like 17-year-old. Like, do you think in the future he's gonna be the penalty taker for Spain?
No, I don't think so. I think this was more to do about his Instagram post. He really wanted to score against France in this game, and I think there was a little bit of like that Ballon d'Or type of battle that he's trying to like. I think Lamine Yamal deep down himself, he knows he's probably not going to win it, but he's having a little bit of fun with it. And this was his way of those words that came out of his mouth about let's have that battle. He's like, I earned it. I'm going to take it. And what a way of just finishing that play. But I want to talk to you guys because there's a few stories here. I think one thing about the Spain team is that even though they do look like the best team in the world right now, they are playing without Rodri. They're playing without Kubarsi at one point. And the only reason why I thought that this game was even close is because Pedri came out of the game on like the 65th minute. Nico Williams was coming out of that game. So I feel like this wasn't really Spain 100% when it comes to like at the end of the game. And honestly, like I'm looking at the stat sheet and I'm looking at the Oyarzábals of the world. He had 2 assists that nobody's really talking about, and Nico Williams had a goal and an assist. I mean, Yamal had the 2 goals, should have had the first goal assist, and Pedro Porro does get the assist, but he does seem like the weak link of this team.
Bro, I already said this, by the way, Jonas. Pedro Porro is a Spurs player. There's nothing else to say, bro. Like, he will always be the weak link, bro. It is what it is. I saw my left back clamping up Dembele.
Mm-hmm.
I saw him putting on clamps, putting on the clinic.
Dude, I'm not.
By the way, hold up. No, by the way, everybody. I remember during the Euros, they were like, "Why is Balde holding bench? Why is Grimaldo not playing?" Shush.
Dude,
The
I am
best
not
left
gonna
back
lie.
to
I'm not
speak
gonna
of, bro.
lie. Obviously, I have a soft spot for my guy Balde, but I'm not gonna lie. Defensively, when it comes to Cucurella, man, like the
He's
last couple
clamps,
of
bro.
times I've seen him, I am so impressed. The way I saw him play him against Anthony, right, and now I seen him against
Yeah,
Dembele,
that's
two
true.
prolific right wingers, and just basically just put the cuffs on them, and just what an incredible player he is. And I don't know what kind of battle he's going to have with Balde. What are your guys' thoughts on that?
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. As long as the Spain manager is there, De La Fuente, he already favors Cucurella. So like, I think Cucurella is probably gonna keep his spot. Like realistically, I mean, it's not
But
like he's
what
playing
has
bad.
but like respectfully, I was gonna say respectfully, what has Baldy done to take Cucurella's spot?
I
Just
mean, he
being
plays
honest.
good for his club, but the thing is that
But
In the
Balde
Cucurella
national
plays good,
team, no, but at the
but
club level, I have seen Balde shining time and time again for Barca. That I really don't
no, this is
see
the thing
that
though. The
with
Arsenal, this is my
Chelsea.
thing. I think that like, bro, Balde doesn't really get the opportunities to even for Spain. So it's like I
but
think
that's my
it's
whole
gonna
point though,
continue.
because I watch Barca game in and game out. I think
Yeah.
that the issue is I think Balde can give a bit more than Cucurella going forward. The issue is I think Cucurella offers a lot more defensively than Balde. I think that's what it
Bro,
is. It's that simple. And in the international game, as you can see, right, you need a clamp down defender. You need the defense to be solid. So that's why I think Balde doesn't get the opportunities. The same thing with
no,
Grimaldo.
no, but bro, Balde is like, trust me, he's not a liability defensively. He's
No,
a
no,
All
no,
right,
that's what I'm
very
saying.
solid
But that's
defender.
my point, though. I know he's not a liability, but Cucurella is a better defender.
You 1v1. But this is the thing.
This,
Balde on the
but
counterattack.
that's the
Trust
international
me,
game.
Balde on the counterattack is very good. Like that's where he like makes his money. You know,
Yeah, but the thing
Balde's
is that what Spain need? You have
that
to ask yourself that question.
right,
Is that what
exactly.
Spain need?
you
Do
know,
they
he
need
don't really play
another?
high line. I know what you mean.
Do they need another threat in attack? They don't.
It
They
just
need a
depends on
solid
what you need. If
defense.
you need a defense,
Exactly.
No,
then give
no,
me
to be
Cucurella. If you
honest,
need more
I
offense,
actually
then it
do
has to
think
be Balde. But guys, wait. Before we keep going, there's 17 of you guys. Please hit the like button. We need to get those likes up so we can get to more people. We are going to get to the chat. What I have seen a lot on the chat right now is I'm going to ask you, both of you, should Barca now after this game has it come clear that Barca should go after Nico?
I'm still gonna say no, bro.
Oh,
Listen, I'm
too
gonna be
much
honest.
money.
This is the thing. I don't know because they're not going to negotiate with us. They're going to make us pay the 58 million in release clause. So if they're going to make us pay 58, I don't see them doing it, bro. Like, I still don't see. I know you're going to say he's young, he's worth the money. Look how he played, but I've watched Nico for Bilbao, bro. Like I'm just still not convinced. You know, maybe for Spain he's better, but we'll see, man.
I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. I think that Nico plays better for Spain because he plays with better players around him. And I think if he play for Barca, he would do the same thing that he does for Spain. But the issue here is there's a big saying in life. It's if it's not broken, don't fix it. And Rafinha played an incredible season. Had Rafinha had maybe the numbers from last season, I would definitely say just go whatever it takes, just do it. But the fact that Rafinha has been able, what he has been able to do, I think he has earned one more go at his position and just that left wing. Because some people have said moving to the number 10, and I do believe that Nico, it's that one player that we're always going to go back in time and say maybe that player should have just joined Barca, and he never did.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie though. Spain, hey, Gerard Martin, get him out. Listen, hey, RSM, how much for Cucurella, bro? Listen, bro,
Excuse
because
me.
I'll
Excuse
be
me.
real, yo.
Excuse me.
I need two quality left backs, two
Bro,
quality right backs,
Jonas,
bro.
respectfully, listen, both of you guys, respectfully, y'all ain't got the guap like that. We already know. Y'all ain't got the money like that. So let's calm down.
No,
Let's
Eh,
but
calm down.
he's not going to want to come and play for Barca as a backup, guys.
I
Before
mean,
we
he's not gonna
keep
be
going
confirmed
though,
backup. He could start.
Yeah,
Like, I'm gonna be
bro, but
real.
what's the point where he's already a nailed on starter at Chelsea? We're at the
Listen,
top of the Prem. We're in the champ. Like, what's the reason he would even want to be a backup to get reduced
okay,
minutes?
bro. Listen, I just thought of Gerard Martin. I was like, that brother needs to go still, bro. So
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. But for me though, like this Spain team, they should take this as a lesson. They need to learn. They can't have
yeah, that
first
is it.
halves like they did before, and they cannot have the defensive lapses that they did. Like Poro is clearly a liability. you can't sub out the defense. Like I think the center backs have to be Normand and Hoyson. Anybody you put in is immediately worse. Like conceding that own goal is unforgivable, bro. You can't do that. And
Yeah,
Pedri,
man.
by the way, it's not a coincidence that Pedri comes off and what happens to the game gets blown wide open, bro. Wide open. Turkey, as soon as he got subbed on and Pedri was off, he had a full free run of that midfield. You can't be doing those
Right.
subs, man.
So Lamine Yamal just keeps cooking on Instagram time and time and time again. So after he did a post one more time, if you guys take a look at the screen right here, Lamine Yamal, I took this way. I don't even know what the end stats are right now, but this is something that was posted way before the end of the game. But this is just to prove a point. Dembele was a 6.8. Dewey. Hey, by the way, did you guys get a clear picture? Because a lot of people were saying after the final, right? They were saying that Dewey was a much, much better player than Lamine Yamal, and just how silly that looked in real time.
Legitimately, the only person I've seen saying that is Madrid fans and Will.
Right.
Like these are the only human beings on planet Earth that say that Yamal isn't the best player. Like that's it. They're the only people, bro.
PSG fans
you can't take them seriously.
Like I'm gonna be
that's
real.
That's what I say. Even PSG fans will say Yamal is better. Like if you told a PSG fan, "Give me Yamal and I will give you Doué," they'll bite your hand off, bro. They literally will. They'll take it at any moment.
No. I'm gonna be real though, yo. That Turkey kid is unbelievable. Like when it just comes to pure talent, brother.
I know, but I'm telling you, you guys need to enjoy him now and in the Club World Cup because as soon as Pep gets his hands on him, we got Grealish.
That's
bro.
why I don't want
he's
him
gonna
to
make.
go to Man City.
Nobody wants him to go to Man City, bro. For the good of football, somebody needs to save him, but it's not happening, bro.
I want him to go somewhere that, like, no offense, like I would say Dortmund, but I wouldn't be watching him, bro. Like, I want him to go like to a Prem or La Liga club that lets him play.
It sucks that Liverpool got words low key because he like Turkey could have been another option for Liverpool in the 10.
Oh my god! But what I will say, man, is that bro. Spain, the one thing that concerns me is that De La Fuente, this is not the first time I've seen him do bad substitutions. In the Euros, they kind of got away with it. Like, let's be real. Like, they just got away with it because, number one, Unai Simon is actually, I'm not going to lie, he's an underrated goalkeeper. I know people say he make mistakes. He's been injury prone this year. He's an underrated goalkeeper. You know, before Yamal Garcia had this season, I was saying we should go for Unai Simon because I just watched him enough. Good on his feet. He can make a clutch save. Right, but he's not
big.
amazing.
He has a big presence.
He's a good goalkeeper. That's the thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, you're totally right. What I do think that's the only reason why today's game was even close is because of those changes in the second half. I don't think were that great, and I think they got a little complacent because that game was 5-1, and all of a sudden, dude, they were literally asking for time at the end of the match. That was just insane to me. But to your point, RSM, when you said about Kylian Mbappe, I do think that he had a kind of a stinker, just stat padded at the end of the day because I think he had one assist and a goal, something along those lines.
Yeah, he got the assist, but like, bro, it was the Turkey strike. Like that's not a real assist, bro. Turkey just flew that in. You know?
Bro, even as I said, even the pen that was Porro just being a Spurs defender, bro. Like I don't know what to tell you. There was no reason to just let him go in the box, bro.
Nah, bro, I'm not gonna lie though. Spain, I have a question though. You know, like I understand Spain are a good team, right? But the other team that I've seen is Argentina, bro. And Argentina, like I've watched them when they're good and they're not good. They just win games.
Yes,
and
but that's what I was gonna say. People are like, oh, like Spain is dog white. Like, I'm telling you right now, the thing is, this Spain team is very nice, very beautiful. They don't got dogs in that team. Like other than Cucurella, maybe that Cucurella is the only person, and maybe Rodri if he gets back. Those are two dogs, but the rest of the team, low key, no offense, bro. Nico Williams is soft. Yamal is soft. Anybody they put in the 9.
Let me tell you.
No, stop. No. Stop.
How many big games has Yamal done it?
So hold on. I'm not saying no. I'm not saying that he doesn't perform in big games. I'm talking about that dog mentality, right? You're in the World Cup semifinal, right? It's 2-2 or something like that. You feel me? And then you Argentinians, they're experts in getting in your mind. In your head, they get you rattled. You saw the Netherlands game? I'm telling you, these guys are dogs, bro. You have to have that mentality. And I've seen it in big games. Yamal, sometimes he gets a little contact. He tries to throw himself. He's just complaining, right? He's like holding his leg when the injury wasn't really that big. The contact wasn't that serious.
Well, most players are like that, though.
No, but that's my point, though. In the international game, you can't be like that because then you start getting rattled. And Argentina will play to that. They will get you rattled.
RSM. That's why I brought up Argentina. I think that Argentina's a team that they can beat Spain just off of pure like mentality, you know what I'm saying? Like just being that type of team, you know, like they can completely rattle a team. Like, I remember, do you guys remember the Copa America final? You know, the
Of
Copa
course.
America final that they won 1-0, Di Maria scored. Brother,
Yep.
they weren't playing football. Like that to end the game, they were bro,
No.
they were throwing Neymar, they were kicking Neymar, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like if they get a 1-goal lead on Spain and then they just start doing fly kicks to Pedri, Yamal, like guys like Fabian, like how are they gonna deal with it? It's completely different than like playing a
Yep.
Germany team or playing a Portugal, you know what I'm saying?
So guys, so now that brings me to this point. So
Yep.
it looks like Lamine Yamal will face Cristiano Ronaldo this weekend, and he is going to face. Do the stars are aligning some way somehow for this young star,
Bro,
and now he's supposed to play Lionel Messi for the Finalissima back-to-back finals. What is going on with this?
That's kind
respectfully,
of
man,
crazy.
like I was taught by my parents to respect my elders, bro, and I can't, like, Gramps Ronaldo, bro, like, I don't know what to say. Like, if you watch that Ronaldo performance and you thought that he's gonna do something in the final, I have a bridge to sell you, bro. Like, it was a tap in, respectfully. Like, he could have had, he had multiple opportunities to score goals in that match, and the one he did was a tap in where he was barely onside. Like, and respectfully too, like, I've been watching Messi in the MLS. Messi's losing it a bit, bro. I don't know
Yeah,
if
he kind of
he's at it
is.
anymore with the international game, bro. I really think that Copa America was his last hurrah.
Right.
Um, so that being the case, bro, like, I think it's gonna be cool seeing Yamal obviously against a legend of the game, right? But he's nowhere near the peak of his powers. He's near the end of his career, and I would say the same thing with Messi. It's unfortunate because I think Yamal is talented enough to, even if they were in their prime, he would be able to show up, and put a performance. But I think Spain takes the game against Portugal
Oh
for
no,
Let's
real.
against Portugal for sure. I'm just Argentina's a good game. Like that's
No,
gonna be a
Argentina,
very
yeah, Argentina's gonna be the game because the thing with these European teams, the reason why I think they're all going to fall to Spain and why they did is because I think Spain really understands the a very European way of playing, and they're able to play against that really really well. But the way that Argentina play, bro, that's pure grit. That's what that is. That's grit. And they play the Argentinian way, and they will get dirty. They will get messy. They will sometimes play quickly through the lines. Other
yeah.
times, they'll play a bit of possession ball. Like, they switch it up on you a lot, and they give you
that's
a lot of
true.
different looks. Look at what they did to Brazil in the last game. A million
Yeah.
different looks and a million different attacks that they can throw at you. I don't know if Spain is ready for that.
Guys, let's talk a little bit about that Portugal game though against Germany, because I know that sets up the final, right? Portugal and Spain, but I thought that that game yesterday was a little bit of like tale of two halves, where the first half it
Yeah,
wasn't really. I think it was more Germany, but then as soon as Vitinha came into that second half, you can see that Portugal had an extra gear, and just what an incredible group of guys does Portugal have. It makes me think that I remember before the Messi won the World Cup, I looked at that team and said, Lionel Messi does have a little bit of a shot here to go for this World Cup trophy. And he ended up, they ended up making an incredible run after losing to Saudi Arabia in the first game. But it's giving me, this Portugal side is giving me the same vibes that Argentina gave in 2022, to where I'm saying now, does Cristiano Ronaldo have a realistic shot of just ultimately winning the World Cup in next year? What do you guys think?
Portugal.
Yeah, Portugal and Cristiano. Does Cristiano Ronaldo have a
You know
shot?
what it is? They could, but like I don't think they will. That's the thing. Like realistically, they could go to the semis. I think that's very, very realistic. They go to the semis if they can avoid Argentina or Spain. You know, even if they avoid, I think they might need to avoid France too, because of pure talent.
bro.
But
England. Why are we counting out England, bro?
England too, probably England too. I
Yeah.
can't lie, but like this is the thing: if they avoid the big dogs, they can make the semis. I could see that. I don't know if they can win though. If they because think about it, they would have to win a semifinal and a final. Against two good teams. I don't know if they're good enough to do it. Their manager, right? If they're gonna start Ronaldo in these big games, nah, bro. I don't really see it, to be honest.
Especially against physically agile center backs, bro. It's not looking good for Ronaldo, bro. I'm gonna be quite honest.
I
No,
mean, I
yeah,
thought
for
that,
real.
with Vitinhas of the world, João Neves, that kid Conceição, is that his name? The
Yeah,
Juventus
Conceição.
kid. Oh my God, that guy looks like he got like a sixth gear or something like that, bro. That guy is super fast. They got the Nuno Mendes. I mean, Ruben Diaz. It looks like they have a great team all around. I mean, I'm not saying they're going to win it, but I just remember thinking of that Argentine team and just going back and saying maybe Messi has a shot. I never said, Portugal has a shot of winning the World Cup. The way I'm looking at them right now, I do feel like they do have a realistic shot of just making the semifinals, and then after that, you just never know what could happen.
No, but you know what it is? It's just that, like, yeah, Argentina, bro. Argentina, they legit play for Messi. Brother, the Argentina team's like, it looks like a military. Like, it doesn't look like a football team. You know what I'm saying? Like, these guys are so well drilled. I've seen they're battle tested. They've won their last 3 tournaments, bro. Like, it's not, or maybe 4 if you include Finalissima. Like, bro, like, these guys, what they did do to Italy, bro, the European champions, they destroyed them. You know what I'm saying? What did they do to Copa America the first time? Clearly the best team, right? The last Copa America, they weren't even at their best for, I feel like, half of the tournament. And
Jonas,
guess what?
the entire
they
tournament, only one team scored on them, and it was Ecuador. In extra time to take them to penalties. No
And it
other
wasn't
team
even a last
scored a
minute. It was a
single
last
goal.
minute, right?
It was a last minute header.
That's what I'm saying,
Bro, I'm telling you, imagine you went through the entire, one team scored on you once. That's it. You got 1 goal conceded.
Bro, like, I'm going to be honest. Like, you're going to need something special. But the thing is, the only 2 teams that I could see beating Argentina or even having a chance is going to be Spain and France, just out of pure talent. Nobody else. I just don't think anybody else.
The issue with France, bro, if they stick with Deschamps, is over. They're losing.
No, but look, even today,
his
Deschamps,
process is over. But the thing is,
this is the thing. Even though Deschamps is holding him back, they still go deep. They still have these flurries where they're unstoppable because the talent, bro, it's still the good talent. You know what I'm saying?
Why did Tchouaméni?
Look at that double
on the
pivot,
bench
bro.
in this game anyway? I didn't know. Was he injured? Tchouaméni?
No, I don't think so. He's not injured.
Why didn't he play? I mean, I feel like he would much better than any of the other guys they had out there today.
Bro,
I mean,
I don't know, man. Rabiot
got
got some blackmail on him because there's no reason he should be starting in 2025.
No, Rabiot, like, apparently there's like, I think he has like some connections with the manager, so like he's always been playing.
And you can't play Doué and Mbappe.
Dude, that penalty kick was dreadful too on Lamine. Was that was Rabiot, right? That was him. That was him trying to slide tackle and just gets that boneheaded play on Lamine Yamal, and Lamine just,
he's not good, bro.
Yeah, it at the end of the day, guys, please like the stream. I want to ask you guys, so do you think that there's no case for Lamine Yamal if he wins the Nations League that he can jump a little bit more than, I think it was like 30% on the Ballon d'Or race? What are you guys saying about maybe Lamine Yamal potentially winning the Nations League?
See, this is the thing. I saw the Ballon d'Or. I saw somewhere it was like 27% for Lamine and 66% for Dembele, and then obviously the remaining is like for like guys like Rafinha, and I think it was like Kylian Mbappe. But the thing is, right? I just think that if they win the Nations League, I still think Dembele's got it. You need to also remember that unfortunately they're counting the Club World Cup as a major tournament, right? Like some are even saying that. Have you guys seen the reports that if Kylian Mbappe wins the Club World Cup, he might get the Ballon d'Or? I saw some.
No. Yeah, bro. The report. You know where that's from? Madrid zone. Madrid zone, bro. You can't. You know what Madrid zone is, bro? It's
but
glaze on glaze, bro. I'm telling you.
If they count the Club World Cup like the World Cup, like who knows how this voting is gonna?
No, the thing is, the Club World Cup, as of now, because it's the first time, is not prestigious. But I think the second time it will be, because right now it's not taken as seriously. But once you see the amount of teams and you see that every team is being competitive and they all want to win it, and you get to wear the patch for 4 years, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, it will be taken very seriously. And in that case, I think the second time around it will be. But I wouldn't be too worried. Like I said, I wouldn't really be too worried about that. I still think that Dembele is gonna win it. Unfortunately, like I don't think he's the best footballer, but he accomplished the most with this team, and that's what's gonna get him over the line.
Yes, that's what I think.
I want to ask RSM, because I really haven't talked to you in a little while. What are your thoughts on just kind of switching around the topic? What are your thoughts on Joan Garcia? And do you think that's a signing that Barcelona can look up to and say that could change things up coming in next season?
100%. You guys needed that signing like 3-4 years ago. The fact that your club stuck with Ter Stegen for as long as it did is really insane.
No, real talk. Like, I'm not gonna lie. RSM, I'm so happy we got that signing. Like, I'm not joking. Bro. I haven't celebrated a signing. Like, I don't really celebrate signings. I'm just like, yeah, we had to be done. But bro, We need this signing. Like it was.
Bro,
we need it for years.
the Chelsea, bro. I'm telling you, I understand because the Chelsea fan base, we celebrated when we got told, yo, Sanchez is not number one. He's leaving. You know, we're negotiating with Milan for Mike Mignon, bro. We're like, finally, bro, we're free.
You know what it is? It's like if we kept Ter Stegen, I just don't think we win the Champions League. Like I'm gonna be real. Like
No,
I
bro.
think that we're gonna need. It's not even a Ter Stegen thing because even with Szczesny, Szczesny's okay, but he's just not good enough. You know what I'm saying? Like
The thing is, Ter Stegen was below the floor. You know, Szczesny was serviceable. Yohan Garcia is the type of keeper that takes you to the next level. He's the type of keeper that you saw, like, bro, like exactly because you look at Inter Milan, bro, like. You saw what Jan Sommer was doing, bro, that game against you guys, and then you see what he did in the final, bro. Like that's diabolical. But if he didn't perform, or you look at what like Alisson was doing, bro, PSG should have battered them. Alisson had like a once in a decade type of performance against them, and they won 1-0 away. And that's the type of stuff that when you have those keepers, it's important, bro.
And let's be real, well, PSG might not have won the Champions League if what's it called against Aston Villa, right? When they're battering PSG. Brother, that should have been the game that should have been a bottle job just based off the chances. Bro,
Yep.
Villa were cooking them. They should have scored 5 that game.
Bro, Rashford was destroying that defense, bro.
Rashford was walking through the defense. You know, like they were all getting chances, bro. And Asensio missed a huge chance. And Donnarumma, you know, time after time, we're saving them. Goalkeepers matter. I always say in knockout football, goalkeepers matter.
Yes.
You can get away with a mediocre goalkeeper in a league. You can, because they're not going to, bro. Mid goalkeepers, by the way, they don't make mistakes every game. It feels like they make a mistake maybe 1 every 4 or 5 games. But in a knockout, you need a good goalkeeper. Look at Emi Martinez, right? You know, look at all these top goalkeepers. Donnarumma this year, Sommer. Like, you need one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So let's read some of these chats real quick. We haven't really got a chance to read any of them. This one says Cucurella suits the system more because of the defensive duties. What do you say to that, RSM? Is that accurate?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I think in terms of going forward, I think Balde can offer you maybe something more like something in the range of like 15 to 20% more going forward than Cucurella, because Cucurella is not a bum going forward. I mean, you look at the Euros final, he got the assist. He's good going forward. He's just not as good as Balde. However, defensively, I think Cucurella offers you a lot more than Balde. And that's not downplaying Balde. I think Balde is really, really good. But Cucurella is the type of defender you can trust to be one-on-one, bro.
RSM, I was saying this years ago when people were. I think your fan base, like Cucurella's first year, where they weren't rating him.
Yeah, sure, bro. I feel bad. I feel bad for him.
I was always like, he's a good player because I've seen him enough in La Liga for these other teams in La Liga, right? The mid-table teams. Bro, I'm like, this guy's actually a good player, bro. And he came from our academy. I've seen enough from Cucurella to know that in the right system.
Bro, one of the no, by the way, just so you guys know, by the way, one of the internal
player.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. So no, by the way, no. So I'll say this, by the way, one of the reports that we received from an ITK, I think it came out a couple weeks ago, and almost everything that was said in that report ended up being true. Was that Cucurella is seen as untouchable. However, Barca is monitoring him. That's the news that the ITK gave us.
Hold on.
That Barca's been monitoring him.
Well, what do ITKs mean, bro?
In the nose. They're like people who have connects in the club and know what's going on, like in terms of transfers and different stuff. Okay. ITK is in the know. So these are people who are in the know. So somebody released like a massive like notes list of all these different transfers and stuff, and it's been playing out exactly how it said. And one of the things I said is that Barca are monitoring Cucurella, and they have been for a while.
That's not gonna happen. What are you guys' opinion? What are you guys' opinion on Ter Stegen against Portugal yesterday, especially the goal he conceded outside the box? What do you guys say? I mean, I saw him making that double save, and I was like, where were you for Barca making those double saves in crunch time? But at the end of the day, I don't think he still had that great of a performance, aside for a couple of saves here and there.
Bro, I'm gonna be real. That goal Counts and South scored, the long ranger, the finesse shot. The thing is, bro, you know what it is? It was a great goal. Don't get me wrong. But the thing is, great goal. But bro, RSM and
that's what I think about Ter Stegen's performance, bro.
You know, hold on. Actually, bro, the first goal that Portugal scored. The thing is, great goal. But bro, why does Ter Stegen just look so awkward when he dives, bro? Like it's like, it felt like a dive that he just dived, but he was never.
Because he was never like really an excellent keeper. So now that his body's catching up to him, it looks worse.
And not only that, bro, the double save. I'm gonna just keep saying it right now. I'm gonna sound like a hater. It was overrated. Both shots were in the middle. I'm gonna be honest. It didn't hit his face, like, bro. That was
Mhm.
luck. I'm gonna be honest. That was actually luck. It's not skill.
I'll let you guys answer this one. It says, between the Euros and Champions League, which one is more prestigious? If Spain win the Euros, doesn't that really give Lamine the advantage in on the Ballon d'Or? Besides, Ousseyn Dembele wasn't that guy today?
Bro, I've always said it. Ousmane Dembele is not really even that like he's not that guy. I've always thought if he's your second or third best attacker you're on, he's on a very good team. He's ideally a second option for me, but Luis Enrique's system is just so good that
There's
he's
no
just
there's no one attacker. They're all moving, so that's
yeah,
why he
it doesn't
works well.
matter, and he's just cooking, bro. Like it's a product of Enrique's system. He's a good player. He's not a system player, but in that system, it's a good player becoming a great player. You know what I'm saying? And to answer that question, what is more prestigious, the Euros or the Champions League? It's the Euros. What are you guys talking about? International football is always rated higher, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I think the question was more in terms of like between the Euros, winning the Euros and the Champions League, wouldn't that give Lamine Jamal the edge? And I think the answer is no, because the Euros was not part of this year.
Yeah, no, the Euros is not part of the voting. It was from last year's when
Dude,
I
but
believe
it's so
Rodrygo.
what it's so baffling to me about Lamine Jamal is just that all these things that he says before the games and then goes out and bowls out. Like what a game today! Like it just he almost had a hat trick, and dude, when he scored the second goal, I was like, man, where were those abilities when you were playing against Inter? Just he should have scored against Inter. Like it's just not even funny, man.
You know what it is? That's just the play style, bro. Like I'm gonna be real. Inter Milan, they're tripling up on him. He was still beating them, but like it's hard to be a playmaker and a scorer at the same time. Like we even seen Messi. Messi's the best at doing both, but Messi, when he had one role to score, he scored 91 goals in the calendar year. And then when he had the role of being the playmaker, his goals dipped, but his assist was in the 20s. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to be a goal scorer and a playmaker at the same time. That's only the elite,
Yeah,
like Maradona, Messi, these type of guys. And they
very
only
few,
do it
bro.
for
Very
5
few.
years. They only do it for 5 years. Look at Messi's career. The first one third of it, he's a scorer. He's a scorer. He's on a great team. He's putting up numbers, but his assists
Yep.
is only like 10, 12, right? And then you
Hmm.
look at the latter end at Barca, he's having 25, 25,
Well,
right?
this is the thing. This is the thing, Jonas, is that Messi was always a 10, but he was so good that he could play on the wing. So that's why he did
That's
Hmm.
play
what
on
I'm
the wing.
saying.
But he was always meant to be a 10.
I totally agree. Guys, please smash the likes so we can get to more people. We're gonna switch the topic. I want you guys to get you guys' thoughts about the final. Please get in the chat, and I'm gonna ask you guys, what are you guys' predictions about is it Saturday or it's Sunday, right? It's the game should
Sunday,
be
yeah.
Sunday. What are you guys' predictions for this game? How do you guys think this game's gonna go down between Lamine Jamal and Cristiano Ronaldo?
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna say Spain. I'm gonna say Spain, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's gonna be convincing. I think it's gonna be like 3-1, something like that.
Yeah, what I will say though, like if you're Portugal though, you're definitely looking at this as a possibility. Because
Hmm.
you see this defensive performance, and
Yeah.
bro, like especially down Poro's side, like if I'm Portugal, bro, I'm overloading that left side because Poro's a liability and Hoyson is actually good. So the strongest side is that right hand side because you have Hoyson and Cucurella there, very solid defenders, and then obviously no offense, but Norman and Poro, that's weak.
I
That
saw
left hand
Porto
side is weak.
struggling in the quarterfinals too. Does Spain
I'm
have
telling you,
anything different, dude?
if who's a Portuguese manager? Who's a Portuguese manager?
Bro, I'm gonna be real. Okay, like we're Barca
He's a new
biased, but
guy.
like, bro,
Bro,
like
if I'm Roberto Martinez, who's the new Portuguese guy, bro, I'm looking at that. I'm looking at that Poro side, and I'm looking at the Norman side, and I'm saying I could get some change out of this side.
no, but
Right.
this is the thing, bro. Like, what I don't understand is that Spain they have guys like they have other right backs. Like, I'm not gonna lie,
But
you
if
don't
he's
have to
going
play
to keep
Poro.
making, but if he's gonna keep making the mistake of playing Poro, like take advantage of it.
That's the one thing with De La Fuente that I kind of don't like. Although they won the Euros during the Euros, like because I want Spain to win, bro. He made a lot of stuff that I didn't agree with, bro. Like he was trying to force the Pedri 10, right? He what's it called? Not
Yep.
only that, but what was it? His substitutions. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think he's good in game management. I just think that he gets the starters right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I could hear that.
Yeah, that's my one thing with when it comes I don't know, what do you guys think La Fuente it's really that good? I mean,
I don't know. I don't know. Hey, but
Cut out.
yeah, basically probably just cut out. But listen, I mean, now De La Fuente, I can see him going to um I feel like he's a Real Madrid guy. I don't know why, but I just feel like he's like gonna end up at Real Madrid in the future. You know what I'm
he
saying?
has gotten great results for Spain, but at the end of the day, I'm not so convinced. There's so many things that he does, like you were mentioning about changes in the second half that he makes all the time. Like his inability to play one of his best players in the midfield area. Like Pedri, he never knows how to play Pedri. In every single game, he plays him out of position. It
Yeah.
just baffles me. I just don't understand that. But do you guys think that he can take Spain to winning the World Cup next year?
Uh yeah, I mean, they could win. I'm just saying Argentina is the one team that can knock them out. I mean, is there another
Yes.
team? Like would you say there's another team that can knock out Spain though? Like in the world?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm looking at this French team. I mean, I thought this French team was really good, but just the way they look today, I mean, I don't think that had De La Fuente not made those changes, I don't think this game would have been close like it was at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Mm. I'm not gonna
But
lie. Yeah, maybe. So what you're saying that at that point, then if I'm saying like Spain can beat France and Argentina, and then Argentina can beat France, then I think that that's the top three. It's France off pure talent, and then it's Spain and Argentina because they're the recent champions. Like I'm not gonna lie, I think that all three of them can beat each other. Like it's not a shock if a result swings one way or the other. But I think
yeah.
there's a drop off after the top three, like a significant. Like I would be surprised if the world champs were not in those top three teams: Spain, Argentina, France. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear it.
Right. So I wanted to switch the topic a little bit. Is there anything else you guys want? What do you did you give the what was your prediction, RSM, for the final for the Sunday final?
Um I would say my prediction, I'm gonna go, I think 3-1. I think 3-1 is a solid score.
For
I think it
Spain?
is gonna be convincing, but I would say it wouldn't surprise me if it was like a 3-2.
I'm
Because
I'm really
again,
I'm really intrigued about how the midfield is going to play out now that everybody's saying that it's not Pedri the best midfielder in the world now that it's Vitinha the best midfielder in the world. But the funny thing is,
Both of them are
dude,
quality.
this Nations
similar
League, I
quality.
don't know, man. I don't know, but I don't remember a Nations League that being so talked about like this one. I don't know if that's recency bias, but the fact that we were talking about Dewey, Dembele, Lamine Jamal, and we saw them on display tonight in this game, and now we're talking about Vitinha. Pedri got left out of the starting 11 for the UCL, and dude, they're gonna battle it out on Sunday as well. So I'm really intrigued about how they're gonna Portugal's gonna handle the midfield for Spain. At the end of the day, I do think that the X factor, right? Like just like I told, I think Jonas, you were live today, and I think I commented and I said um, I thought that Portugal had I'm sorry, I thought that France had a good team, but Spain had Lamine Jamal, and that ultimately kind of was the difference in the game. And I think this game is going to play out exactly the same. Like both teams have great players, but Portugal doesn't have Lamine Jamal, and I think that's going to be an X factor to me. I think that's going to be I would say probably like yeah, I would say probably like a 3-1, 2-1 sounds pretty accurate. I don't think Cristiano Ronaldo has it anymore, even though
Now,
he
if
he
if
he just keeps
Portugal,
contributing, dude. At the end of the day, he still has, I think it's 7 goals in 8 games. That's crazy.
nah, but the thing's
Yep.
the thing, bro. Like, I'm gonna be real. If Portugal win this game, it will not be because of Ronaldo, bro. Like, he might score, but it's not like he's gonna
No.
be the guy creating chances. Like, at most, a great Ronaldo performance is similar to Lewandowski. Like, he doesn't mess up the buildup. He doesn't do anything and he just scores. You know what I'm saying? Like an Erling Haaland trademark type of game. Like that's Ronaldo's best scenario. But
Yeah, I mean, like a game like yesterday, right? Like he didn't play
exactly,
great. He was
exactly.
like a 6.6 sofa score, and then he missed some chances, and at the end of the day, he scores a goal. And one thing that give him credit, Ronaldo, is that he just knows where his spot is. Like that's where he knows. That's what he knows how to do, right? That he knows how to find his spot. He knows where to be. That easily could have been offsides, and I guess he wasn't. It looked offsides to me, but I guess the automatic said it's not offside. But give credit to the number 9 in that position. Cristiano Ronaldo was able to be behind the ball, and that's ultimately why. But he still has 7 goals in the last 8 games, which is pretty impressive. So at the end of the day, somebody here says Portugal 2, Spain 2. Well, somebody has to win, so we need to see who the winner is. So guys, last topic that I have for you guys, and we're probably just gonna end the stream, is I want to get you guys' thoughts on Jota Jordi. You guys know Jota Jordi? The Chiringuito Barcelona fan from Chiringuito. So
What do you say this time?
Yeah, so I guess he was.
What do you mean? What do you say this time, bro? It's like
he was on a. He was on a.
Bro, trust me. I anybody who speaks Spanish, you've seen some foolishness from that show, bro.
I know. Yeah. But what my point is, I'm trying to find it. Give me 1 second. So here it is. So he has a show called Culés Only, right? So. Fernando Hidalgo, right? This is Julian Alvarez agent, who literally went while he was live. He called him, and like I know these guys can be a bunch of clowns, but at the end of the day, they're pretty connected as well. So he called him up, and they talked about Julian Alvarez, dude, joining Barca. I don't know. Do you guys hear anything about that, or you guys need me to give you? I'll just give you guys a rundown. So I guess. The guy was saying there's a few Argentine players who don't have a soft spot for either Barca or Real Madrid, but in this case, Barca, right? So he's all saying that the Julian Alvarez. To me, I was kind of outraged by it because hearing it from an agent from Julian Alvarez talking about how life is going to change in the future and great things are yet to come. He said something about that got like Atletico Madrid's really upset because he said that his best times are yet to come and insinuating that was with Barcelona. And what are you guys' thoughts on Julian Alvarez agent coming out and talking to this guy while he was going live on his show?
You know what it is? Julian Alvarez, like there's like a clip like when he was a little kid of like him like saying like I think like his favorite clubs are River Plate and Barca. Like I'm not gonna lie,
bro,
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised.
Jonas, everybody Alvarez's age, Enzo's age, everybody grew up watching Messi play. Like the majority of them have a soft spot for Barca. What I will say though, in terms of taking this away just from this, is that there have been murmurings, or at least attempts, it seems, from clubs around Europe to see if Alvarez is available this summer.
Oh, yeah,
that's been a thing.
I was on Twitter, like legit. Apparently, like Fabrizio said, like now, like Alvarez is probably gonna stay, but clubs have asked about Alvarez.
They've asked exactly. They've asked. I think Liverpool asked. I know Liverpool asked for sure. Barca definitely asked. Like there's a lot of different clubs that are asking around, saying like, hey, are you happy here? Are you totally happy where you're at right now? Yeah, it seems like he's not going to move this summer, but I would not rule out a potential future move to Barcelona.
No, I don't.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Hear me out. Bro, me and legit Barca Volume were talking about it on stream on Tuesday, and you know what we were saying, bro? Like, it was legit. I was saying how next year, right? We were talking about how Erling Haaland could potentially. Jan Laporta has so many connections with Haaland's people. I know you're a Chelsea fan. You might be like, yo, he signed his contract. I'm just saying there's mad connections since 2021. And then
I believe you.
Bro, let's be real. I was saying, I think that we're not going to go for a Gyökeres. Barcelona, if we go for a striker, we're breaking the bank. That's the one Galactico type of signing that we'll make. We're not going to make one this year.
That's the only one you really need, to be honest. You don't need a Galactico signing in the midfield. You don't need a Galactico signing in the defense. Like
this summer and next summer, I think the only one is going to be we're going to go big for a striker, whether it's Isak, a Haaland, or an Alvarez. I said it's probably going to be one of the three. Like,
you know what's funny though? I would say that Alvarez just he screams Barcelona striker to me.
The
Dude,
one thing,
I
do you
have
can
I
imagine
have
they
a soft
smoke?
spot for Julian Alvarez, dude. I'm telling you, he is a perfect fit. He would literally won't even have to adapt. He's such a Hansi Flick type of
I
player.
told you he's
He's
a
going
Barca
to
player.
press
He's a
the
Barca
crap,
striker. He
dude.
screams it to me.
And I know he doesn't have the size, but he's such a stud.
Also, by the way, guys,
Everything else he
just
does really
a
well.
bit of breaking news. Rodrygo is now likely to leave Real Madrid this summer. The club will demand at least 80 million euros fixed, and the final sale price will likely be around 100 million euros. So it's about to be a free
100?
for all.
To
It's about
who?
to be a free for all.
To who?
So they
Arsenal
want,
or
so what they want basically is 80 million euros fixed price, and then 20 million in add-ons and bonuses.
That's
So it's about to be Chelsea. It's about to
You
be
know what?
Arsenal. It's about to be Liverpool. Bro, it's about to be every team is gonna fight for Rodrygo's signature.
Bro, I gotta tell you something. If Arsenal doesn't go for Rodrygo, they have to get him, man. I have Rodrygo on a higher note than I have Vinicius Jr. And I know that's a little bit of a hot take for a lot of people, but from
Well,
what
I
I've
agree,
seen,
bro.
dude,
It's not a hot take for me.
I have a much I like Rodrygo much better than I like Vinicius
Yeah.
Jr. to be honest.
No, he's a quality player. I think that bro, think about it. Imagine if Vinny or Mbappe was consistently playing out of position and they still were known to like the world as a very good player. Like, dude, like the guy's a quality player and he's not even playing in his best position. And when he's played left wing, 70% of the times he's cooked at left wing. Like he's a quality player. And I just as a footballer, he is better than Mbappe and Vinny. As a footballer, he has a better touch. He has better tight dribbling, right? I think that against low blocks, he's better, right? Against Atletico
Yes.
Madrid, he was their best player against Atleti out of the
Bro,
front three.
when he's allowed to play on the left side where he's supposed to play, he cooks, bro.
Bro, when he's in the
cooks.
mood,
Exactly.
I'm telling you,
And that's what I'm saying.
When Rodrygo's
Arsenal
in the
has
mood-
No,
Martinelli.
hold on. The thing is, I follow two teams in the Liga, and I watch almost every single game of Madrid and Barca this season. And I'm telling you, bro, the games that Rodrygo, whether it's through injury or suspension, where Rodrygo has played on the left, he's absolutely decimated everybody's gone up against, bro. He's a
Even with
different player on the
Mbappe,
left.
he had a better connection with Mbappe during
Yes.
the season than
I
he did with
remember that.
Vinicius Jr.
Bro, there was a period in the season. It was like 3 weeks where Mbappe and Rodrygo were cooking when Vinny was
The
out.
link
bro.
up, I'm
It
telling you,
was
like,
crazy. Listen, you know what it is?
Somebody's gonna get a great player this season, man. If he,
but it's gonna be, but it's gonna be a bloodbath though, because
Well,
Chelsea,
that's what
I
I'm
have it,
saying.
I have it on good authority that Rodrygo is one of the players we are 1,000,000% going to break the wage structure for. I'm talking give him 250 type of
Yeah.
player.
Because
Bro, I mean, it's worth
who
it.
plays on your left wing right now? Who plays on the,
Nobody. We have nobody because
was
Mudryk is
playing? Who was
bro.
playing?
Mudryk got done for doping.
Oh my
Sancho is
God.
gone. We have nobody.
Yo, RSM.
Dude,
you know the
Chelsea
difference
needs to
you're gonna
get
see
him, dude.
between
Now that you're
the-
saying that, Chelsea
Bro,
has to go
we
get
have
Rodrygo,
nobody, bro.
Bro, RSM.
We're about to go to the Club World Cup with Tyreek George, and academy player as our only left winger, bro. It's peak. It's peak.
You
Man,
guys
that's a
might
good
need
signing, bro.
Rodrygo more
Not gonna lie.
than Arsenal.
No. We're gonna go all in for Rodrygo. It just comes down to, are they gonna be able to sum the project? The one benefit we have is the Brazilians we have are ballers, and the Brazilians Arsenal have are bums. You know what I'm saying? So that's the
Yeah.
one
They're
positive we
Brazilian.
have. Huh?
You guys-
we have,
you guys
we, have
normally-
we have Andre Santos and we have Esteval. Those are ballers, man.
So you guys normally play the
Bro,
4-4-2, or you guys play? Do you guys play with three at top?
No, we play with three.
So you guys play with
Two
three.
wingers and a striker.
You guys
So
play with the 10? You guys play with
my
the 10?
God, dude.
Yeah, Palmer's a 10. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah,
Palmer's
you
a
guys
10. But it's but usually like Palmer isn't at the exact same height as the wingers. The wingers are like right like
You know
in
what
the
it is?
same line as the striker.
RSM, and for you guys, bro, legit, Rodrygo could do everything Sancho
I'm
could do.
gonna say this right now. By the way, I'm gonna say this right now on this channel. If we get Rodrygo and we get Mike Mignon, I want the title. I want the title next season. I want the
Oh, you
prem.
said
I
the
don't care.
champion.
What title? What
No,
title?
No, not the
Premier?
champs. The champs is different sauce. Champs is different sauce. But the prem title, bro, we're going for the prem. I don't care. If we get Rodrygo, we have to be going for the prem. And if Maresca can't win us the prem with that team, sack him. Sack him immediately. I don't care.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. If you guys get Rodrygo,
Dude,
whichever
Rodrygo.
team Rodrygo goes to, that's my prem team. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't had a prem team in a minute.
Bro, I'm telling you, if we get Rodrygo, I want the prem. And if Maresca can't do the prem with the team we currently have, bro, we have we have top three. We have top three fullback pairing in all of Europe. Reece Cucurella is an insane fullback pairing. We have Caicedo, Lavia, Enzo Palmer in the midfield, right? We're gonna have Rodrygo on the left, and then we can have whoever on the right. We have Esteval on the right, bro. They're
I've always
cooking.
said it. Rodrygo would be my perfect.
What about
USP
financially?
signing.
Is your team
I would love it.
right now
You
in
know
better
what's funny?
position to sign him?
I loved that you said that because I think what is it called? The PSR rules came out today, right? Yeah, so the PSR rules came out today. And let me show you this little image right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is all the teams and how they're compliant they are, right? With PSR. You see at the top?
Let me single you out. Right,
yeah, okay, my bad. Hold on, let me make it a bit smaller. You see this?
Mm-hmm.
Most Premier League, look, so PSR, right? How much losses are we allowed this summer window? Chelsea, we could buy $300 million worth of players and still be in the green.
Oh my god, dude.
That's crazy.
Bro, I'm telling you, we can easily get Rodrygo. I don't care. We're gonna go all in for him, bro.
I'm surprised. Where's Newcastle at, bro? All that money and they're not.
Right here. They're in the yellow. They need to sell.
Oh, they do need to sell. That's
and then look at Aston Villa.
Oh no, they're
Aston Villa are in the red.
Where's Arsenal? Where's Arsenal? They can potentially go.
Bro, Arsenal's in Arsenal. The thing is, Arsenal only have 97. Look, Arsenal have 97. Chelsea has 300 M's.
Arsenal, apparently, they're gonna go for a left wing or striker.
Dude,
exactly.
What about Brighton, dude? What the hell?
It's because Brighton only sell, bro. They're a selling club.
They don't buy though. They
don't buy. Exactly. They don't buy.
And Manchester City too. Manchester City, they buy a lot.
Dude, I'm telling you, by the way, I just want you guys to know, this is because we used every single loophole that our lawyers could find.
You guys, I ain't gonna lie. Your lawyers are pretty, they're up there.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. Y'all might need to hire our lawyers, son.
Our lawyers are actually pretty good, bro.
Y'all could use a bit of this. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all could use a bit of this.
No, but I'm not gonna lie. I always said it's not gonna happen. But like, if it was a fantasy, imagine Rodrygo to Barca. Bro, I'm just saying.
That'd be disgusting. That'd be disgusting.
Rodrygo,
Yamal would be the best wing pairing in all of Europe.
That's
Europe.
easy.
It'd be clear. Bro, you could even have Grandpa Lewandowski. Just tell him to stay in the box. Don't even run. Just stay in the box.
Well, if you get that type of left winger with that type of quality, I promise you the striker doesn't matter. Like
that's what I'm telling you. Just tell Lewandowski to stay in the box. The crosses will be so accurate. They just need to hit him while he's standing, and it'll go in.
Speaking of which, what are you guys' thoughts? Because I said Amendola or Dola Lukman that could go for Barca, and apparently Barcelona is looking into him. What are you guys' thoughts on him? I really think he's a really great player. For the price that we're getting him, would be just ideal for Barca, I think.
Yeah, no, like I'm gonna be real. Lukman is he's a good player, right? My only thing is that he doesn't solve an issue, but it's just adding more firepower. And hear me out, because he plays in like the inner left channel, right? That's exactly where Rafinha plays. But the thing is, he is a bit of a better dribbler, right? And he's also, I feel like he has higher IQ in between the lines. Like he's similar to like a Dani Olmo. He's a smart player, right? But the thing is, he doesn't fix the issue of out wide dribbling, like actually just beating your man constantly, right? Where I think that like, let's be real, as much as I don't rate him like that, Luis Diaz is the best dribbler out of all the guys that we're linked to, right? And then maybe Nico second. And I don't even really rate Nico's dribbling like that, to be honest. But that's just the truth. I think Lukman is still a good signing regardless. If we get him, it's still a good signing. But I feel like it doesn't solve the issue. But I'm here for it. I don't really mind, man.
Yeah. But listen, I gotta head out. Gotta get ready for my stream. Ecuador, Brazil. A lot of Chelsea players. A lot of Chelsea players. Yep. Ecuador. It's gonna be at Ecuador, right? Ecuador is going to. Listen, if we win, we qualify. Right now, we're second in the table. We're above Brazil. We're just behind. We're behind Argentina, who already qualified. So listen, it's gonna be a good game. Again, it's gonna be Ancelotti first game as Brazilian manager away at Ecuador. The best defense in all South America. 5 goals in the entire qualifying. So it's going to be a good game.
We're gonna end the stream anyways. It's already past an hour. And I was pretty good, man. Guys, please subscribe to RSM. His channel is amazing. Subscribe to Barca Reacts as well, Jonas and Roberto. Guys, this was an amazing show. Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate you guys' time and everybody that tuned into the live stream. And also the Argentina is going to play right now too, right? Like 4:00.
Yeah, they're all at the same time. Yeah, so it's gonna be Ecuador, Brazil, Paraguay, Uruguay, and Chile, Argentina. And the Argentina's going to Chile away. So it's gonna be, they like to fight, bro. It's gonna be good. The thing is, Chile's not good, but they will drag Argentina down to their level. They hate Argentina, bro.
I know what you mean. But bro, what's your prediction for the Brazil? Because Ancelotti, I think, is first game.
It is his first game. Again, it's anybody who thinks Brazil's gonna thump us. Like, you need to wake up, bro. Like, it's probably. I'd say it could even end 0-0, but it might end 1-1. I'm not gonna lie. If Ecuador win it, that'd be great. But I don't think that Ancelotti is going to want to suffer a loss in his first game. I don't think he's gonna go ultra attack.
He left Rodrygo out, didn't he?
I'm not sure.
Or
No,
Endrick.
I'm not sure.
Was it Endrick? I can't remember.
Yeah, but
believe-
Esteval, yeah, no, he left Endrick out. Yeah, it was Esteval and Santos are getting their starts. So as a Chelsea fan, like, I'm happy, but unfortunately, they're going to have to learn what it's like to get clammed by Caicedo and William Pacho and
Wait, hold up, is
Hincapié.
the lineups
You feel
out?
me? No, the lineups aren't out, but somebody leaked like the practice lineups that Ancelotti was trying the day before the game, and it was Esteval and Santos in the first team, right? That he was trying out. So
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I totally agree. Yeah, thank you guys for being here. I'm just gonna end it right now because there's a couple of games starting in just a minute, and I appreciate you guys. And I'll catch you guys and everyone on the next video.
All right, peace.
peace.